The history of Angola is marked by a rich blend of indigenous cultures, European colonization, and struggles for independence and post-colonial reconstruction. Here's an overview. Pre-colonial period. Before European contact, Angola was home to several Bantu-speaking peoples, including the Congo, Mbundu, and Ovimbundu. These societies were organized into kingdoms, such as the Kingdom of Congo in the north, which had a complex political system and trade networks with other African regions. The Ndongo Kingdom, led by powerful rulers like Queen Nzinga, Nzinga Mband, also played a key role in resisting early European encroachment. Portuguese colonization, 1575–1975. The Portuguese first arrived on the coast of Angola in the late 15th century. By 1575, they established a colony at Luanda, which became the center of their influence. Over the following centuries, Angola became a major hub for the transatlantic slave trade, with millions of enslaved Africans shipped to Brazil and the Americas. Resistance and conflict. Local kingdoms, such as Ndongo under Queen Nzinga, resisted Portuguese expansion during the 17th century, though they were eventually subdued. Economic shifts. In the 19th century, the abolition of the slave trade forced Portugal to shift Angola's economy toward agriculture and raw material exports, such as rubber, ivory, and later, oil. Struggle for independence, 1950s–1975. Inspired by global decolonization movements, Angolan nationalist groups began to organize against Portuguese rule. The three main groups were MPLA, Popular Movement for the Liberation of Angola, Marxist-oriented, supported by the Soviet Union and Cuba. FNLA, National Front for the Liberation of Angola, based in the north, supported by Zaire and the United States. UNITA, National Union for the Total Independence of Angola, led by Jonas Savimbi, initially anti-colonial and later aligned with Western powers. The Angolan War of Independence, 1961–1974, was a prolonged conflict, marked by guerrilla warfare. Portugal's political situation deteriorated, leading to a military coup in 1974, the Carnation Revolution, after which it decided to relinquish its colonies. Angola gained independence on November 11, 1975. Civil War, 1975–2002. Soon after independence, Angola plunged into a brutal civil war that lasted nearly 3 decades. The MPLA, which had declared independence in Luanda, fought against FNLA and UNITA. The war became a proxy conflict during the Cold War, with the US and apartheid South Africa backing UNITA, while the Soviet Union and Cuba supported the MPLA government. Key events. In 1992, Angola held multi-party elections, but when Jonas Savimbi of UNITA rejected the results, fighting resumed. The civil war devastated the country, displacing millions and leaving large areas littered with landmines. The war officially ended in 2002, following Savimbi's death and a peace agreement between the government and UNITA. Post-war reconstruction, 2002–present. After the civil war, Angola began rebuilding its economy, largely driven by oil production. Luanda, the capital, became one of the most expensive cities in the world due to high demand for services and infrastructure development. However, the country also faced significant challenges, including corruption, poverty, and uneven wealth distribution. Recent developments. In the 2010s, Angola experienced an economic downturn due to falling oil prices, exposing the risks of relying heavily on oil revenues. João Lourenço became president in 2017, succeeding longtime leader José Eduardo dos Santos. Lourenço has pursued economic diversification and anti-corruption reforms but faces significant challenges. Cultural legacy and identity. Angola has a rich cultural heritage, with influences from indigenous traditions and Portuguese culture. The country is known for its vibrant music and dance styles, including kuduro and simba, as well as its contributions to Lusophone literature. Portuguese remains the official language, but several indigenous languages, like Kimbundu and Umbundu, are widely spoken. Today, Angola is striving to balance economic recovery with social development, aiming to overcome the legacy of colonialism and civil conflict.